There is a moment in human history when the old world becomes too small for the consciousness living inside it. A moment when the structures that once sustained us begin to crumble, not because they are being attacked, but because humanity has outgrown them. Today, silently and almost invisibly, we stand at such a threshold. It is not only a political shift, nor a technological shift. It is a cognitive shift, a transformation happening inside the architecture of the human mind. Across the world, millions of people are recognizing that their mental landscapes do not mirror the structures society was built upon. Their thoughts move differently, their emotions respond differently, their senses perceive differently. Some minds operate like lightning, others like fractals, others like deep oceans. Some speak in patterns, some think in metaphors. Some process reality in textures and vibrations instead of words. And although these variations have existed for centuries, only now is their impact beginning to rise to the surface of collective awareness. For decades, these differences were described as disorders, deviations from an imaginary baseline called normal. But what if the baseline itself is shifting? What if the future of humanity requires exactly the kinds of minds we've been misdiagnosing for generations? Carl Jung, long before neuropsychology modernized its terminology, recognized that the human psyche evolves ahead of society. He understood that the collective unconscious pushes forward new patterns of awareness, new ways of perceiving, long before the world knows how to receive them. According to Jung, when the psyche begins an evolutionary leap, the first expressions of this new consciousness appear in individuals who seem out of place, unusual, or incompatible with their time. These individuals are not mistakes of nature. They are prototypes of what the species is becoming. Jung often emphasized that symptoms are symbols, differences are messages. Inner conflict is the psyche's attempt to grow beyond outdated forms. From this perspective, neurodivergence is not a malfunction. It is a message from the depths of human evolution. But society does not like change. Society likes predictability. It prefers that minds operate in straight lines rather than spirals. It rewards consistency over curiosity, obedience over intuition, repetition over innovation. It asks children to sit still when their bodies are expressing a different rhythm. It asks adults to follow routines that suffocate their internal compass. It asks thinkers to limit their imagination in order to fit predefined boxes. And when a mind refuses to bend, the world calls it disordered. But what if the world is wrong? What if those who struggle to fit into outdated structures are not failing? They are simply ahead. Imagine an early bird in a flock where all others are still sleeping. From the outside, it looks misplaced. But perhaps it is simply responding to a dawn that others have not yet seen. Many neurodivergent individuals experience reality not through a filtered mechanism, but through raw immersion. They feel sound as pressure, light as emotion, words as vibrations, intention as energy. They pick up subtle patterns in facial micro-expressions, in tone shifts, in emotional atmospheres that most people overlook. Where others see surface, they see structure. Where others see appearance, they see essence. Where others see chaos, they see underlying order. Some interpret this as sensitivity, some interpret this as overwhelm. But perhaps it is simply expanded perception. Consider autism. Autistic individuals often perceive the world with an intensity that defies conventional logic. What society calls sensory overload may actually be sensory depth, an ability to detect more information than the average nervous system can process. Their attention is not scattered, it is precise. Their interests are not obsessive, they are portals into realms of mastery. Their communication is not lacking. It is sincere, direct, and unfiltered by social masks. Now consider ADHD. ADHD minds operate like stars pulling in multiple gravitational fields at once. They jump from idea to idea, not because they are unfocused, but because their brains detect connections faster than they can verbally articulate them. Hyperfocus is not a compensatory mechanism, it is a superpower, an ability to disappear into a vortex of creation where time dissolves. What society calls restlessness is often a mismatch between the rapid speed of cognition and the slow pace of the external world. Jung would ask, is this disorder, or is this a new kind of mind struggling to exist in an old kind of world? Modern systems, educational, economic, social, were built during historical periods that valued discipline, predictability, industrial productivity. But the future will not be defined by factories. It will be defined by imagination, intuition, multidimensional thinking, creative intelligence, emotional awareness, and energetic sensitivity. And who carries these traits naturally? Neurodivergent individuals. But this raises a profound and often painful question. If these minds are the architects of the future, why do they so often feel like aliens in the present? Why must they struggle against a world that doesn't understand them? What if their struggle isn't a sign of dysfunction at all, but an echo of a much deeper spiritual truth? In the next video, we will explore the unseen blueprint, the reason these interplanetary minds have arrived on Earth, and why the world has not yet caught up.